Hello, welcome to Independent Media High IQ. Means that typically you usually have to have some sort of brains in order to get what people are saying around here. So we're doing a episode here. This video, it's called Bill Maher is a Nazi. That's right, real time. Bill Maher, he's a Nazi. Labeling him as a Nazi. He had a show the other day. It disgusted me. It had people that were sitting there arguing with me, trying to actually mock me and what I believe. If I'm not a Christian, I don't know what is. If I say I got this holy Bible over here and I try the best that I can to practice what God teaches inside that, aside from the whole entire world and what everybody else teaches. I swear I have a problem with that, but that's between me and God and whatever else. And my time will come whenever I'll be able to get a hold on that. But that's not for other people to be judgmental over me over. Okay, that's for God to see who out here is judging other people just to be a judge of other people. Because the Bible says that you're not supposed to judge other people like that. But whenever somebody forces you and does things continually over and over again, then I guess you could say, yeah, he's not he's not that good. But you have to look at my daily routines and what I'm used to doing actually in life, not on a stupid video for real to see if I'm a good person or not. Yeah, I swear, but I believe all my intentions are in order and all are in line. So far as being dishonest and deceitful, I would really, really be disappointed in myself if I misled anybody for any reason on anything, on any subject. So we're going to get into this subject now. Bill Maher goes off, and I went off on him, and I swore I went and attacked the page with another um, page source. Uh, Basically my other channel that I have is what I was on. I was trying to do a video maybe on that, and then I got caught up. I seen something there. Bill Maher said, um, they say the right wing is what they're saying. The right wing is saying that Christians are under attack and under fire here. Where is the attack? He's trying to act like nobody's being attacked, and then I said, we want to go look outside of America and look in Arab countries and other places where Christians are being killed by ISIS, got their kids cut off and everything, is more ramped up now after 8 years of liberalism in the world. So you want to say Christians aren't persecuted. So I want to say to Bill Maher, when are you guys going to stop? When 7 million Christians are murdered or 10 million Christians are murdered? We're on the dawn and the eve of a new Holocaust, and it's with Christians, not with Jews at this time. The Jews were in a place where I think they should have been all along, and then that's a safe place where they had an army and they could protect themselves. Whatever they have is between them and God that got them put in the wilderness and moved them away from having their own military and stuff like that. That's not between me and them. That's between them and God. But in my opinion, I always thought Israel needs a military. Christians need a military. They don't need a an Obama administration coming in and screwing with the Pentagon and telling the Pentagon that Christianity is no longer allowed in the military. The left doesn't attack Christianity. Are you serious? Are you going to say it was just atheist groups? Or are you going to say they're left wing nut jobs that go to different courthouses all across America and try and have the Ten Commandments taken out of courthouses and anything Christian taken out of society? Okay, that's not left wing. Okay, just stuff I don't know where you guys are coming from with this, that Christianity has not been under attack, since there's people and groups that were able to establish themselves as a formidable opponent against Christian beliefs. And you're not talking about just the core of Christians, like, oh, just kill this guy because he's a Christian. You're talking about the way that people live their lives, so they don't necessarily have to be a Christian in order to live what a life of Christianity and Christians are taught. So it's a different, it's completely different, and it's completely twisted up from what they're doing, what they're saying. Bill Maher has people out here watching his show religiously. They'll diss and talk crap about any conservative news or Fox News and all these other places and people, but where they got their information from, Christianity is being under attack. I've seen the video. They are only giving a couple of descriptions of where their take is that Christianity wasn't being attacked at a particular time. So are you saying it should have been attacked? Because the video in itself is so derogatory and so filthy and vile, in my opinion, that I believe that that is an assumed attack on Christianity. Just saying, oh, where's the attack on Christianity? That's not an attack on Christianity. So here in the meantime, we have a president who is toiling with Christianity big time. His own self, not just his little left wing nut job entities that spread out all over the piece of garbage. Okay? So we had last month, we had a honorably serving Marine, U.S. woman Marine, WM, okay, was given a big chicken dinner. She was kicked out of the Marine Corps, dishonorably discharged, for having a Bible verse, get this, on her computer that her, for some reason, her CO kept telling her to take off because, in his opinion, he said that he believed that that did something to morale and the line of taking orders. He thought that that was inappropriate or something, that it was going to make her not take orders. But what he did was he went right to the nerve and he did something illegal, in my opinion. You cannot tell any Marine that's working in an office on the job that puts anything from the Holy Bible verse on their computer that you cannot kick them out and give them a dishonorable discharge. I know that they did, but we're going to write different congressmen and senators, and we're going to get to the bottom of this. And there's heavyweight attorneys that are helping the lady out right now, and I wanted her to know that she has a lot more support than she might even know, because people are at least thinking about this and they want to take serious action against the left in particular, okay, for going to the Pentagon and telling all these Marines that they can't pray and that they have to remove Bible codes and they have to remove their beliefs, their belief system. So the left here on Bill Maher is going to come out here and tell all these pukes that watch only his show. I'm going to start saying that. Oh, you watch that stupid Bill Maher show, a bunch of Nazis. You know, like they do Fox News. You know, the people are sitting there talking, oh, you watch Fox News all day. No, I don't. I didn't quit watching Fox News because of anybody in particular. I quit because Sean Hannity let this puke face uh, Bob Beckel or whatever beat him in a debate over a law that Obama wrote and signed in that was supposed to help women out, was pertaining to women's rights or something like that in the workplace. Remember that law a couple years ago back? Well, guess what? I read the information where I get the gist of that is that women are not protected without legal representation anymore. That's all that did. It didn't go in there and have somebody straighten their supervisor out and somebody from the government come and do anything right for anybody. It made it more of a lame duck situation, in my opinion. And Sean Hannity really needed to be loaded with that knowledge gun to shoot Beckel dead right on the spot. But he let Beckel get away with it, so I quit watching Fox News. Anyways, I'm going to say this. You're going to sit there and show clips and you're going to act like Obama wakes up to a verse every day. Are you sure he wakes up to a verse every day? You sure he doesn't wake up to something sinful? You sure he doesn't do something sinful in the morning? I don't know. I don't really don't. I think he's a liar. I think he's the biggest liar. People want to say, "Oh, prove to me that he's not a liar." Why do I have to prove that he's not a liar? I could go pull up any article, every single article on Obama ever. That Obama, Barack Hussein, yeah, but there's another lie right there. They didn't know his name was Hussein either before in '08. But anyway, so Barack Arab Muslim Hussein, Barack Hussein comes in and um these he's a puke. He really is. He's a liar. I can go and look at anything he's ever said and prove that is a lie. It is not a truth. That there's something twisted in it, and there's something about it more callous, more sinister, and he's definitely somebody with political motivation and ulterior motive. That's all political. You know, if he goes and kisses a baby, you know, like Bill Clinton, it's all for a political stunt. The media is all right there up their ass because the media has to kind of be on track with fooling people and stuff like that to keep them coming back to watch their show, right? It's a trick. I'm not saying fool necessarily like you deceive them entirely like you set out to, but you have to kind of keep them coming back and watching your show somehow. There's a gimmick, something out there like Bill Maher does. He's got a gimmick. Oh yeah, where's the attack on Christianity? He's got a bunch of people that go up there and watch his show that don't even watch Fox News, that didn't even hear what the people were saying, how Christianity is being ramped up even more under fire and attack by the left. And he wants to say that there's a bunch of there's 70% or something like that in Congress are Christians. I'll tell you what, I'll tell you right now. If you follow anything that Obama does, Barack Hussein Obama does, or you believe that he's telling the truth or anything like that, you're so convinced with lies. I'd like to know what religion it is you think is Christian that you're following in particular. That is definitely not following God's doctrine from the man upstairs who's above all of us, who's is a bigger picture than everybody, but still, you know, some people come off like, you know, they're the hottest topic and they've got the hottest topic going around. Well, I think that you guys are a bunch of Nazis. You are no better than a bullheaded Nazi that wanted to kill, was bent on killing Jews back in the day, but now the problem is set in with Christians and Christianity hard, and they want to wipe us off the planet. They want to either kill us, faithful believers, or they want to get us how the left is doing it, and they're tweaking our minds. They throw this crap after crap after crap in the media, in the news, on TV, in particular shows, other stuff, subliminal messages to their left, you know, sinful uh, ways they want to achieve, putting us in the doghouse with God. And it's really weird sometimes because it's almost like they attack us from Satan himself. Because how could they not almost not believe that there's a devil and a God, even if they're saying they're not religious and they don't believe in anything? There, there's something more to it than them just saying that they're an atheist. I don't believe that. I believe real atheists are more quiet, and you could have a real good conversation with a real atheist, in my opinion. Somebody who is full of hate believes in something, and it's not good. So anyhow, so they're on there chastising Christians now, and we're supposed to believe that Christianity is not under attack. As far as Bill Maher is concerned, coming from Bill Maher in particular, oh no, he's not chastising Christians. He's not attacking them. He's not. Oh, he was just attacking the right, is what he was doing. He wasn't attacking the right wing's point of view, coming out and saying how violated Christians have been treated lately. So now, their Christians' beliefs are under attack for sure. So you can't be a Christian anymore. You can't believe that. Oh, it's been under such that people twist what the Bible actually says that we're supposed to do or not do, and say, oh no, well, you can do that. I mean, come on, God didn't really want you to not do that, you know. So I believe that some things that I do, you can, or anybody else can take in moderation, but it's in moderation. And I was saying, why are you screwing with my religion? You guys won't stop until there's 7 to 10 million Christians killed worldwide, and we're completely out of a Christian system nation. I said that to him too, but said that to these guys. He said, Obama said we're no longer a Christian nation. He's trying to say, this guy tried to say, oh yeah, that's because we're blah blah Buddhist and Muslim and all this up. No, no, you're not. All those people, all those religions need to get it straight and understand they came to a Christian country for sovereignty. They got away from whatever hell they were in. They came to a Christian country that protects them in the way that they believe. So they're protected also. All right, so we had a while back we had some people that actually had a lawsuit against a cake company, and they had left wing people all going off all about this gay marriage thing, you know. That's another thing we're not supposed to believe in, you know. And that's the way we're supposed to think. So like the way our thinking is not under attack also. So these guys, these gays go into this cake shop and they want this cake, uh, this bakery, right, shop, to make a cake, and the guy Woodhead made the cake for the guy probably happily, but from what I understand, they wanted something vile. I wanted a penis, a erect penis or something like that. I was gonna go off. I'm lucky I didn't calm down a little bit, so I didn't swear and show my butt on this one. But anyway, so they wanted the cake place, which was a Christian owned. So it wasn't like they got targeted either, being a Christian owned bakery. So they were targeted by this gay couple, and the gay couple went in there and they said they wanted these guys to put a penis on the cake. The guy refused. They took him to court and they were talking actual jail time. They were gonna put this guy in jail. Are you serious? This world is coming down to World War III, and it is seriously coming down to we're going to have a civil war here. We're going to have another American Civil War on our hands, because it's all about what the left wants and the way that they're forcing everything on it. And from what I understand, Jesus is not coming back tomorrow. He's not coming back and resurrecting the dead and having the rapture, and that's not going to happen anytime soon. So, people who are Christian and whatever, you want to just keep letting these jerks roll over on us and keep pushing us around? Okay, don't stand up against these evil, vile puke faces that are no better than a Nazi. So, um, that was the cake shop story. It was a true story. It just happened in the last couple of years, maybe the last 2 years. I know it wasn't 3 years ago. It wasn't that far out. It was just in the last year or two ago. Since Obama's been in there, there's been a lot of crazy stuff. So now you want to talk about the next politician. I've lost the thought, but I'm kind of still on track with what I have written down here, and we're going to talk about the leading Democrat, Hillary Clinton, who's running for president right now. So she personally attacked Christianity on her campaign and still probably doing it. Okay, she had been chastised for it for a little bit, but I don't even know how far she even cares what she does anymore. Do you think Hillary Clinton and these guys even really care? Look how cocky Obama is. You know? Oh, let's do backwards. Uh, really asinine stuff to our country and to our military and to all these other people. And let's lose the war in Iraq too while we're at it. You know, and not make any kind of sense on what we're doing. But here we are. We got Hillary Clinton coming down here, and she was tied in with Obama. She worked with the guy. So, in that Benghazi thing, remember that thing that should have really been disclosed by now? The most transparent administration ever in American history, right? Obama administration. Oh boy, we can't wait to get Hillary in there. There'll be more transparency to that too, huh? Yeah. We are from 2012, that far away. We're almost to the next election, presidential election, and we still don't know what's going on with the IRS, and we still don't know what happened in Benghazi. Okay, so back to Hillary's assault on Christianity. Hillary Clinton came out on the campaign trail. She was all on the way I said it. She was all on Christians' asses. I apologize for saying it that way, but I'm infuriated. So I'm gonna say she is all on Christians' behinds. Okay, by saying that we need to change the way we look and perceive abortion. Really? Now you know how firmly we are against abortion, right? So let's talk about this abortion thing again, Mrs. Clinton. So, the abortion thing, I wonder how ramped up it's been in this country since Obama's took over and this left nut thing whacked our country silly like that. Okay, so now we're looking at abortion and somebody who will kill, let's say they kill your dad. They kill somebody or your mom or somebody who's really important to you. Let's say they kill your wife. Somebody kills your wife. They get the death sentence, right? So you got all these left-wing people in the world that want to stop this guy who execution styled your lover, to murder him, to not face justice and get what the court said he needs. So they want to fight this tooth and nail, but they want to do this abortion thing. I mean, um, on how do you say that? How do you say that? They just want to be unmerciful when it comes to abortion. So, I can't think of the word that I'm trying to say, so I'm gonna have to leave that part as it is. But what you have is, I have this example of what they would do if you gave them full power again. Okay, so that's what you're hoping that you don't. Whenever you finally clue in and you realize a lot of this stuff doesn't make any sense, what the left is doing, they're screwing our country up. They're bankrupting us really bad. They're attacking Christians. They wish that we were all dead. They wish that they'd either convert us to satanicism or atheism or whatever the heck that is called, or just kill us if we won't change our Christian way to something evil, right? So, um, these guys want to. So I'm bringing up Texas. So now what happened in Texas? Um, let's see. Texas or Shane law attacked by the left. Muslim clinic rules to appeals court. Strike down North Carolina abortion law. Rights activists preparing for a new stage of federal and state attacks concerning centers takes effect. Texas would be left with fewer than 10 clinics. Now, see, I'm all for shutting them all down. I think that abortion, in my opinion, abortion needs to be reserved. Abortion is a reserved thing. So if somebody gets raped, um, but they have a way to be able to take care of that at the hospital and stuff like that. So it's a complete medical hospital procedure. It's not just because um, you got knocked up by some guy and you don't want to have the baby now. You know, when there's a lot of people that are they're either going to do that or they're going to have the child and they're going to raise it on welfare. Then the child, when it becomes an adult, then it's opened up to welfare programs that they're going to be offering because they were on welfare their whole life. I figured that out. That's I figure where all the welfare is going. It's going to people who are lifelong on it. It's not their fault. I'm not saying that it is. They're taught. Everybody's taught certain things, and until people wake up, they just don't really know. It's like I was saying to some people, like coming from a Christian perspective, some of the things that people do, I'd ask them, you don't feel guilty, or you don't feel good, bad, like the conscious, you don't have no consciousness. And some people told me that they did not. So now Texas, I can't think of the lady's name. She was kind of a little bit popular there for a moment. Um, who from the left Texas over abortion law was I really want to say this dumb idiot. It was a female. I really want to say she was a dumb blonde from Texas. I really want to know this dumb idiot lady's name so I can appropriately put the appropriate stamp label of idiot on this stupid idiot lady who in Texas I'll just explain it. So Texas made this law, you remember, and the left went out and attacked it, and the left is able to go out and attack things with people being ignorant of what the whole circumstance is about. They think coming from the left that they're fighting for abortion rights when they gave all of the provisions and everything that a person with coming from that position of needing abortion rights would have at that point. But then the left goes ahead and goes further and they want to fight this thing like they got to fight the right, on this abortion thing in Texas. And Texas gave women the right to have an abortion up to five. What was it? I think it was about. I think it was 5 weeks or something like that. It was. Was it 5 weeks or was it 5 months? I think it was. It was an extremely amount of time. We'll look that up real quick so I can double check that. How long do have abortion in this law? Texas law. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Something. So decision bail pass. For she has an abortion. I'm gonna have to look at this Planned Parenthood. There ain't no telling what's on their website. Planned Parenthood. Judge allowed unconstitutional abortion restriction to take effect. Texas women's constitutional rights and drastically reduce access to safe and legal abortion statewide. See, they're not telling you the truth. They're a lie. They're a liar. See that? Houston is a licensed ambulatory surgical center and performs in clinics abortions up to 19.6 weeks. How long do you have to get the abortion? So it was something like it was something like five months is what it was. It was an extreme amount of time. It was like 22 weeks or something like that. It was a really long time they had. So I was just thinking, if you don't know that you're gonna get an abortion within the first couple of weeks, what planet are you on? You know? So you already give them the right to have an abortion, which all of us are highly against. And this goes into what Hillary Clinton has said, attacking Christians, saying that Christians need to change the way they think about abortion. So at the same time this was going on, how ironic, this is just like biblical. Like, when people go to hell and before that, God Jesus judges them, or however that goes. And they say, and Jesus pointed out all these different things that he showed a person in their lifetime. I sent this guy and he told you, and it should have freaking knocked you over with the knowledge that the guy had. It just went right into the situation with what you were doing. All these times, Jesus sent all these different angels or whatever for you to take hold of some Christian knowledge, right? So by the time you go to hell, you don't have an excuse on why you went there. So it's ironic, just like that, because at the same time they had an abortion doctor up north, Kermit Gosnell, was convicted and sentenced to death, and the left will fight. Speaking of that, the abortion doctor himself, who performed abortions on live babies that came out alive. He went and severed their spinal cord right behind their neck, cut them like that, and um, he was caught, found guilty, and convicted and sentenced to death. And the left, I'm telling you, they will try. They will do at the last stop. They'll try everything to get the guy life in prison and get him out of the death penalty. And that's the guy who right there, that goes right in the line of also uh, abortion and capital punishment. You're weighing the two right there on one guy, Kermit Gosnell. You're gonna let him off? How mercy? We have to have mercy for this abortion doctor. So anyway, he was found guilty of killing babies that were born alive. Now that's what I thought that Wendy. Mm, mm, Let me see. Opponents. So that's what I believe that the left is doing. They will not stop this thing on abortion until we're actually allowed to kill a born fetus. Uh, sorry, a live baby. Until they're actually allowed to kill a person that is born a full all the way up till they're born. Healthy baby. They want to be able to kill babies on demand. That's the word I was looking for. They want to do abortions on demand, but when it comes to capital punishment, they want to keep somebody alive, who murdered a general or something, or murdered some innocent old woman, raped her, killed her, murdered her. She got death penalty But yet, the left wants them to have mercy on a murderer. So I'm looking through here. I'm trying to figure out still two bans abortions after 20 weeks. You get that? 20 weeks. Just think about that. Push pause or whatever you got to do to think about how long 20 weeks is for you. You're sitting on the couch and you really got to have 20 weeks to figure out if you're going to have an abortion or not. I don't know. If you're seeing your doctor and everything and he tells you something's up and you need to have an abortion right away, what you really ought to do is you ought to listen to him early and plan for all that. If you plan everything right, see, and that one thing is supposed to be called Planned Parenthood. There ain't nothing planned. There's nothing planned about that at all. If you had it planned, you wouldn't have an issue with the courts or laws or anything like that. There wouldn't be anything banned if you guys were responsible. But they're not. You're talking about the most irresponsible people out of all of us that are either responsible or not responsible at all. You're talking about the most irresponsible people right here, and that's what they're fighting for. 20 weeks for abortion is not enough. And here comes Hillary Clinton now on the campaign. God dang it, and Christians have got to change the way they think. That's all it is to a bunch of these left-wing fascist Nazis, is that Christians have to change the way they think. At least they give Christians the ability to think differently, right? Instead of just killing them off like they did the Jews back in World War II, where they just had a problem with them because they were a Jew, and there was nothing the Jew could do about it. He was born a Jew, you know. But I still think that they needed a military, and they've got one now. So that was basically all that I really think about Israel in that sense. And the Holocaust, I've always thought that whenever I think of the two, Miss Davis, Wendy Davis, that was the Democrat. She had to filibuster on the floor in there when they're trying to pass this law that gives you 20 weeks. But anyway, so here you are. That's my complete show. I pointed out exactly how the left continues to attack Christianity, and how they're all a bunch of Nazis. I don't see how they could be any different than that. So I don't know when they're gonna stop this crap, until every Christian's either demonic, non-religious, satanic, or they're atheists. But the Christians around the world, they won't stop until there's about 7 to 10 million killed, an onslaught of Christians around the world. So now just think about that. Think of all the ridiculousness that we got. You go to college, they give you free this, free that, and then you come out of college and there ain't no jobs. You killed every single job in America, and they're gonna defend everything. They're gonna defend this guy. They're gonna defend their evil ways, their evil plots, all the way to the end. Take God and the devil and all that out of the scenario real quick, and look at the political field real quick. Let's say at a non-religious position. So a non-religious position. My non-religious position, whenever I take a step back, I'm not saying I'm non-Christian. I'm just saying that I'm looking at it not at a orthodox, or I'm not looking at it with the long history of commandments or anything like that. I'm just looking at the political field, non-religious, for a second. Now, are you sure everything that the left does is not for more power? And then the more power that you give these people, you have to keep in mind of how moronic they are, how unqualified they are to do the jobs, how dubious it works out that way. Okay, and you're given extreme power to people that not only don't deserve it, they don't know how to man the power. They'll do it all wrong. They'll man it all wrong, and they're gonna get us all killed. So now here comes Hillary, and that is that what we're gonna get next? So Hillary's gonna come in. She's gonna have these Nazis come and have these left-wing liberal Bill Maher and all these other CNN and whatever, you know, Chris Matthews and all these other left-wing nuts. They're gonna come in and support her and say, "Oh, we're not attacking Christianity, not at all. No, but you all better change the way you think. Right? You better get in shape because there's a woman president now, by God, and she'll whoop your Batusi." You know what I mean? So anyhow, I wanted to point out again, this is what our forefathers had to say when it came to the separation of church and state. They said the separation of church and state, the way that the liberals make it is they have it the separation of state and church. So they want to separate the state first, then the church. Okay, from the church like that, and the way that it's worded, the separation of church and state, that doesn't mean that you take the way that people believe personally, um, out of society or anything like that, and that it makes it illegal or anything like that to have church people with church-minded thoughts, Christian going people who are honest, who live their life without sin. Let's say that. Okay, I know we can even take a non-Christian perspective on that too. And what does that do for your society? That makes you be able to trust your neighbor. That makes you be able to go out, leave your doors unlocked. When's the last time we could leave our doors unlocked in America? Unless you live somewhere where it's a really good neighborhood still somewhere. I don't know, but it doesn't mean to attack Christianity and to pull Christian thoughts and notions out of the government, out of the schools, and out of this and that. All it's saying is not to be dictated to one religion, and not to let that become the center emphasis as far as everybody is concerned. But it was all structured with a Christian background. So I don't know what all you guys think, but I know for a fact that when the forefathers did that, I don't know that they're actually rolling around in the grave. That they're actually you know wielded to the point where they're in their death coffins and they're rolling over because of the stuff that's transpiring today here in America. I would, if there was any possibility to corpse possibly being able to roll over in its grave like that because of things going on the planet Earth. I'll tell you, if I was in the ground, I would be one of them. I would be one person rolling around right now, just ticked. They got me ticked off right now. So what is it with you guys' problem anyways? How about Bill Maher does a show and come clean and be honest with people and just tell us why you got a big problem with Christians in the first place? Christians don't do anything to attack anybody else, but here they are being attacked on the onslaught. I just want to know. But the separation of church and state does not mean to separate people from their religion when they go to school. It just does not. That is that grossly violates their constitutional rights to be able to do freely whatever they want. If they wanted to study some other kind of religion, they have that right. But at the same time, they're going to have us being taught now, our children being taught about about Muslim history, about the Muslim religion, and all this other stuff, like it's some project that we're doing on the moon or something. You know what I mean? like it's fascinating, but it's not. So we're getting away from Christianity, and that's not evil, and that's not an attack on Christianity too. Just to leave them out and dry. Any of the things, you know how many things I can get. He wanted to talk about Obama. Bill Maher wanted to talk about Obama having some kind of verse he goes to every morning when he wakes up. Dude, if I'd be here until 10 o'clock tonight if I went and I had and I mean and I didn't have to go look them up. I had them all prepared for me on a sheet. All of the attacks that Obama has attacked Christians in particular, it would take me all day. I wouldn't be able to get off of here until 9 o'clock, probably tonight or later. If I went through and I had them already listed, I didn't go in there and just be like, oh, let's go look this up, and not know. If I went and did my homework and had everything written down, I'm talking about the things that you want to mock Fox for, but not listen to actually what the Fox people had to say about it. That's what I take. Um, then I will be here all day long. It would seriously take me hours and hours to go through all of the baloney that Obama has caused problems with Christians in this country. So as sad as it is, I think it is very disappointing. I'm very ashamed of Bill Maher. I'm very ashamed of all these people that watch this show. I really kind of hang my head low, and I'm bummed out. I'm very disappointed in people acting like that and being like that. I'm not God. I can't judge them or anything like that. When it comes to it, like sometimes I might wish, oh, I could just throw that sucker right in hell right now. I could physically harm them and do something to them, but I'm like I said, I'm not God, so I can't take actions and things into my own hands. But if you guys keep pressing it, we might actually be able to get to a point where we will, because we will probably have a civil war here. And like I said, there are signs and other things that people can determine or know when Christ's return is closer to. You don't know the exact date or anything like that, but God's not going to leave Christians and people out on a limb like that. It's just like that when Christ came here, it was an awakening moment. The whole entire timeline of Christianity and God and religion and faith has all been like that ever since the beginning. It's an awakening moment after awakening. He doesn't want people to get to the point where he can't judge them at some point and say, I didn't tell you. You didn't hear that? How did you not hear that? Did you put earplugs in your ears all those times that you knew better? I don't know, but there we are. Christianity, is it not being attacked, really? Yeah. Anybody who says Christianity is not under attack, I think you are no better than a Nazi. And Bill Maher, you're a Nazi.